Ghazwa is a war in which the Prophet ﷺ participated. Ghazwa. Otherwise, war is harb. For some reason which I cannot explain, there is this tendency to use the word Ghazwa for a war which will take place in Akhiru Zaman against a Hind. A Hind is that entire area which today comprises India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, that is Hind. And there are ahadith, and I am not in a position to assess the authenticity of these ahadith. No. That a Muslim army will conquer Hind. A Muslim army fighting in Akhirul Zaman will have to be an army of mujahideen. Mujahideen. I don't know, and perhaps you can help me and correct me, whether any armed force of any country in the world today, including the Pakistani armed forces, have ever described themselves or will ever describe themselves as mujahideen. Do please correct me, and do please send me the evidence that the head of the armed forces of Pakistan ever described his soldiers as mujahideen engaged in jihad. I don't think armed forces of secular nation states use that kind of a language. No. Secondly, the army which will conquer Hind, and today India is Israel's most strategic ally in the world after the United States. So of course, if this is going to take place, I'll be very happy about it. Oh yes, this is Israel's most strategic ally. And if a Muslim army is going to conquer Hind, it'll have to be an army that is also opposed to Israel. Is the Pakistan armed forces like that? Correct me if I'm wrong. But since 9/11, the Zionist movement, the Judeo-Christian Zionist movement, which today controls the government of the United States and controls Britain and controls NATO, launched what they call the War on Terror. And you and I know that the War on Terror was actually war on Islam. The only people who don't know that are the governments and the people who control newspapers and television. But the rest of us know that war on terror was war on Islam. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the Pakistan armed forces have actively supported the American war on terror and have received handsome rewards in US dollars for that. Is this the armed force that is going to conquer India? I don't think people with even 5 rupees worth of intelligence would accept such a proposition. It is not my intention to be disrespectful at all to the soldiers, to the men in the armed forces of Pakistan. I'm sure that I probably have lots of fans amongst the armed forces in Pakistan. Those, however, who command strategic decision-making in the Pakistan armed forces and who control strategic decision-making in the government have for the longest while remained on the side of the Zionist movement. And so I say you have to be actually living in Disneyland to believe that the Pakistan armed forces are going to be the force that is going to conquer India. Excuse me for my language, Pakistani people, but that's nonsense.